What really happens to you when you sleep? Your body lies still. Your heartbeat slows. Your eyes move beneath closed lids. But your mind, your consciousness, doesn't vanish. It shifts. It travels. But to where? Each night, we journey into a world beyond logic, a place where time dissolves, where emotions take form and memories blur into symbols, a realm that no microscope can penetrate, no machine can fully map. And yet, we've all been there. Have you ever dreamed of flying? Have you ever spoken to someone who is no longer alive? Have you ever known in your bones that a dream was more than a dream? What if those weren't illusions? What if, during sleep, your consciousness detaches from your physical body and steps into dimensions ancient cultures once revered? What if, in those silent hours, you touch the very edges of hidden realms science is only beginning to imagine? Tonight, we open the vault on one of the greatest mysteries of the human experience. Where does your consciousness go during sleep? Stay until the end, because what you'll discover may change how you see every night you've ever laid your head down to rest. If you've ever had a dream you couldn't explain, leave it in the comments. You're not alone, and what you're about to learn might explain everything. For thousands of years, before neuroscience and modern sleep studies, our ancestors asked the same question we ask today. What happens to the soul when the body sleeps? In ancient Egypt, sleep was not just rest, it was sacred. The Egyptians believed that each person carried a soul called the Bea. During sleep, the Bea would leave the body and travel through the dream world. These nightly journeys were seen as glimpses into the afterlife. The temples were filled with dream interpreters, priests who recorded visions brought back from the other side. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Plato and Aristotle believed sleep was a gateway to higher realities. Plato wrote that the soul remembers truths it forgets while awake, that in dreams it returns to the realm of pure knowledge, a place beyond space and time. Meanwhile, in India, yogic traditions described sleep as a temporary withdrawal from the physical world. The Upanishads spoke of 4 states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and the 4th, called Turiya. This state is beyond all others, a field of pure awareness, where the self merges with the divine. Indigenous tribes across the Americas also honored the dream world. To the Lakota and the Ojibwe, dreams were not fantasy. They were messages, instructions from ancestors, spirits, and animal guides. In Tibet, Buddhist monks have practiced dream yoga for centuries. This advanced practice trains the mind to stay aware during dreams. They believe that mastering dreams prepares the soul for death. For them, the dream realm is a rehearsal space for the ultimate transition. Across continents and time, one belief repeats, that while the body sleeps, the consciousness does not disappear. It shifts. It moves through layers of reality invisible to waking eyes. Could all these traditions have been tapping into the same truth? Could they have seen what modern science is only beginning to explore? The ancient world may have known far more about sleep and the soul than we ever imagined. Pause. If you've ever had a dream that felt ancient or sacred, share it in the comments. Your experience may hold a deeper meaning. Today, science studies sleep in labs filled with wires, monitors, and brain scans. But even with all our technology, one question still lingers. Where does consciousness go when we fall asleep? Modern neuroscience has mapped the physical stages of sleep. There are 5 total: light sleep, deep sleep, and the most mysterious of all, REM, rapid eye movement. This is where our most vivid dreams take place. During REM, the brain becomes incredibly active. In some areas, even more active than during waking life. Brain waves slow down. The body becomes paralyzed, and yet the mind creates entire realities, emotional, visual, sometimes prophetic. This contradiction has puzzled researchers for decades. If the brain is resting, why does consciousness feel so alive? One answer comes from the study of brainwave frequencies. In waking life, we operate mostly in beta waves, fast, sharp, focused. But during REM sleep, we shift into theta and delta waves. These slower patterns are linked to intuition, emotion, and spiritual states. Theta is also common during deep meditation and in near-death experiences. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a neuroscientist and researcher of consciousness, suggests that during deep sleep, the brain enters a state similar to trance. He believes the subconscious becomes highly active, capable of healing, rewiring, even connecting with non-physical dimensions. The Monroe Institute, founded by Robert Monroe, has done decades of research on altered states. Their studies show that people in deep meditative or sleep-like states often report experiences outside of their physical bodies. These include floating, traveling, or visiting unknown places. The body is asleep, but the conscious mind is not. Dr. Charles Tart, a pioneer in the study of altered consciousness, argued that sleep is not simply a pause in awareness. It is a shift into a different mode of perception, a parallel operating system of the human experience. He called this state non-ordinary reality. Modern science still struggles to define consciousness. Some say it's a byproduct of brain chemistry. Others believe it exists beyond the brain, as a field, a frequency, a force that flows through the body but is not created by it. If the brain is a receiver and not the source, then sleep may be when the receiver tunes to a different signal, one that we cannot hear or see with the eyes, but one that feels more real than anything we experience awake. Could it be that our sleeping consciousness is not dreaming at all, but exploring? Science has come far, but in many ways it is just beginning to touch what ancient traditions have whispered for centuries. If you've ever woken from a dream with the feeling that you traveled somewhere far away, let us know in the comments. Your story matters. Have you ever realized you were dreaming while still inside the dream? This is what we call lucid dreaming, a state where you become aware within the dream world, where the dream stops controlling you and you begin to control it. In a lucid dream, the laws of physics bend, time stretches, the impossible becomes possible. You can fly, walk through walls, speak to someone who no longer lives, or simply observe with total clarity. But this is only the beginning. Some researchers and spiritual traditions suggest that lucid dreams are the doorway to something even deeper, a phenomenon known as astral projection, also called an out-of-body experience. Astral projection is the reported ability of consciousness to separate from the physical body, to float, to travel, to visit other locations, realms, or dimensions, all while the body remains safely asleep. Robert Monroe, founder of the Monroe Institute, documented hundreds of his own out-of-body experiences. He described feeling a vibration, a pulling sensation, then suddenly, detachment. He found himself hovering above his body, able to see, hear, and move in a non-physical form. He visited cities of light, met beings of wisdom, and returned with knowledge he never studied. Thousands of people report similar experiences in every culture, on every continent. The details change, but the sensation is always the same: freedom, expansion, an overwhelming sense of reality. But can anyone do this? Many believe the answer is yes. Lucid dreaming and astral projection are skills. Like meditation or music, they require patience and intention. And most importantly, awareness. Start with dream journaling. Write down every dream you remember. Over time, patterns emerge. Your mind becomes trained to recognize the dream state. Before sleep, repeat a phrase like, "Tonight, I will become aware in my dream," or "I want to remember my journey." Simple words can open powerful doors. Another method is the WILD technique, wake-induced lucid dreaming. As your body falls asleep, keep your mind awake. Focus on your breathing, on the sensations, on the images that begin to form. Soon, you may find yourself slipping into the dream world, fully aware. Many who master these states speak of visiting places that do not exist in the waking world. Some describe meetings with spiritual beings. Others report journeys through vast landscapes of color, sound, and symbol. Skeptics say these are hallucinations, fragments of memory, dreams shaped by imagination. But those who have been there know. They say it feels more real than waking life, more meaningful. And when they return, they carry back something that stays with them forever. Lucid dreaming is not just play, it is practice for life, for death, for the expansion of consciousness. And astral projection is not escape. It is exploration, a reminder that what we see with the eyes is only a small fragment of the universe. So tonight, when you close your eyes, ask yourself, what if your consciousness is waiting for you to wake up inside the dream? If you've ever had a lucid dream or felt yourself float above your body, share your story in the comments. You are not alone. Not all dreams are peaceful. Some chase us, some trap us. Some leave us waking in the middle of the night, heart pounding, drenched in fear. We call them nightmares. But what if they are something more? Nightmares are not just fragments of fear. They are messages, symbols, warnings, or perhaps invitations. Sigmund Freud believed that dreams were the expression of repressed desires and traumas. He said that the unconscious mind disguises emotions we cannot face, that fear in dreams is fear in disguise. Carl Jung took this idea deeper. He believed that dreams, especially nightmares, are rich with archetypes, universal images, the shadow, the serpent, the storm. These symbols are not random. They are parts of us, aspects of our psyche, asking to be seen. When a dream haunts us, it may be a part of the self crying out, a buried emotion, a forgotten truth, a lesson we have refused to learn. But sometimes, nightmares do not feel personal. They feel alien, as if we are not alone in the dream. Some who study astral travel believe that nightmares can occur when the soul enters lower vibrational realms. In these realms, emotions shape the environment. Fear attracts more fear. If you enter sleep in a state of anxiety or sadness, you may tune into these heavier frequencies. This is not punishment. It is reflection. What we carry inside creates what we see outside, even in dreams. But here lies the secret. The more aware you become, the more power you hold. Lucid dreamers who face nightmares with courage often witness the dream transform. A chasing figure becomes a guide. A storm becomes light. The monster becomes a mirror. This transformation is not fantasy, it is alchemy. The turning of fear into knowledge. You can begin this process with intention. Before sleep, speak to your subconscious. Say, tonight, I face what I fear. Tonight, I learn. Write your nightmares down. Study their symbols. Patterns will emerge. Hidden meanings will reveal themselves. Often, the scariest dreams hold the most profound wisdom. Ancient traditions viewed nightmares not as problems, but as portals. In Tibetan Buddhism, dream yoga includes facing terrifying visions without flinching. In shamanic cultures, nightmares are considered soul journeys, tests of spiritual resilience. Even modern science has taken notice. The threat simulation theory suggests that nightmares are rehearsals, the brain's way of preparing for real-life dangers. But what if they also prepare us for spiritual challenges, for the realms beyond death? And what about recurring nightmares? The same place, the same feeling, the same chase. These are not accidents. They are unfinished stories. The dream is waiting for you to take control, to ask questions, to stop running, to listen. The next time you find yourself in a nightmare, pause. Look around. Ask yourself, why am I here? The answer may awaken something inside you. If you've ever had a nightmare that taught you something, share it below. You never know who else needs to hear it. Not all dreams are your own. There are moments in sleep where something enters the dream that does not feel like a memory or a fantasy. It feels alive, a presence, a being, a guide. Many people report encounters with entities during sleep. Sometimes they appear as light, sometimes as loved ones, sometimes as teachers or watchers or even strangers who speak with impossible wisdom. But what are they? Are they fragments of the subconscious, projections of the mind, or are they something more? Spiritual traditions across the world speak of the astral realm, a plane of existence that mirrors this world but vibrates at a different frequency. In this realm, thought becomes form, intention becomes movement, emotion becomes architecture. According to theosophy and esoteric schools, the astral realm is layered. Each layer holds different vibrations, different beings, different purposes. The lower astral is dense, shadowy. filled with fear and unresolved emotions. It is where nightmares and heavy dreams reside. It is shaped by our wounds. The middle astral is where most dreamers travel. It is the realm of symbols, a reflection of the subconscious mind. Here we meet our memories, our doubts, our desires. The higher astral is luminous, rare, peaceful. It is the place of spiritual learning, of encounters with guides, teachers, and beings of light. Some call these light beings angels. Others call them ascended masters. Some simply call them consciousness without form. People who have encountered them often describe the same thing: a feeling of deep love, a message remembered only faintly upon waking, a knowing that cannot be explained. You can invite these encounters. Before sleep, speak clearly. Say, "Tonight I wish to meet my guide. Tonight I ask for truth. Tonight I open to learning." Visualize light surrounding you, protecting you. Imagine a door opening, a passage into the realm of spirit. With practice, you may begin to remember more: a conversation, a lesson, a vision. And sometimes, the people we meet in dreams are not spirits. They are the living. There are documented cases of shared dreaming. Two people dreaming the same dream, meeting in the same place, sharing details upon waking that match exactly. How is this possible? Quantum physics suggests that consciousness is non-local, that everything is connected in a field beyond time and space. When two minds vibrate at the same frequency, they may meet in the astral. The dream world is not bound by gravity. It is not limited by logic. It is fluid, and within it, the soul can travel to the past, to the future, to realms uncharted. The ancients believed that during sleep, the soul left the body. Today, science studies this through EEGs and brainwaves, but in between lies a truth, a silent realm few dare to explore. Have you ever met someone in a dream and felt they were truly there? Have you ever heard a voice that woke you with a message you never expected? These are not random firings of the brain. They are glimpses through the veil. The astral realms are vast, and you are more than your physical self. Tonight, when you drift off, remember this: you are not alone. If you have ever had a spiritual dream or met a presence you could not explain, tell your story in the comments. You might help someone else understand their own journey. Each night, we close our eyes and slip into darkness. But sleep is not silence, and dreams are not empty. Your body rests, but your consciousness continues. It moves through memories, through emotions, through places that defy time. Sometimes it wanders, sometimes it learns, and sometimes it remembers. You are more than what you see in the mirror. You are a traveler, a witness, a soul with access to realms unseen. Every dream you have ever had was a message, a map, a fragment of something larger calling you back to yourself. The ancients believed that dreams were sacred. Modern science is beginning to agree, but somewhere in between, in that space between waking and sleeping, lies the truth. Where does your consciousness go when you sleep? It goes to where intention leads it, to where emotion shapes the path, to where memory and mystery collide. And perhaps it goes home. So tonight, do not fall asleep unconsciously. Fall asleep with awareness. Set an intention. Ask a question. Listen closely. Because when the lights go out, the real journey begins. If you've felt something awaken within you during this video, if you've had dreams, visions, or encounters that go beyond explanation, share them in the comments. Your voice might be the key someone else has been searching for, and if this journey has opened a door inside you, support the channel. Subscribe, like the video, turn on notifications so you never miss an awakening. Until next time, sleep deeply and dream wisely.